Hello, we are here at Gaspereau Mountain Herb Farm and Botanical Sanctuary, and John is going to give us a circular tour of his round garden. And we're going to start with lavender. What would you like to tell us about this buzzing lavender patch?
I think the first thing I'd like to say right now is it's full of bumblebees. And I have honeybees on the farm here, and so I try to provide plants that don't just feed the honeybees, but of course attract the native bees, which sometimes don't come around when you have other bees. So right now, this is the thing I'd say about the medicine of this plant, is that it's the medicine of the bees this week.
Yes, they're very happy.
Yes, radiant color, radiant. This is one of those plants for me that so much of its medicine is just sitting with the plant, just being around the plant.
Is there a pun intended there?
Being. Yes, anyway, this is something that I keep trying to find areas that lavender grows better every year, and we have a lot of wind here, so it can be tough on this plant, but the strong survive.
Yes, yes. No, yeah, it is gorgeous. The purple is radiant. The bees love it. Smells great.
Oh,
Nice.
yes.
Thank you. Okay, we have another purple over here right behind you. We're moving in a circle. This little guy, do you want to tell us about this one?
This is called Baikal Skullcap, and it's an Asian skullcap, Scutellaria baicalensis. Yeah, baicalensis, that's right. And so from the Baikal area of Eastern Europe. And this is a plant used a lot in Chinese medicine. And I've been trying to grow it here for the number of years, and some have done well, and some winters are very hard on it. So I just keep planting more and seeing what we can do. And it's one of those plants for medicine. It has to be a 3 or 4 year old plant to get a decent root. So we're seeing if it can make it through our winters in Nova Scotia.
Okay.
And sometimes it does, and sometimes it doesn't. So this one's more of an experiment in patience and love of this plant than it is about harvesting for medicine.
If I can pitch in here for a moment, this plant is very popular now in Europe. It's like everybody's like bringing this from Asia, and it's very, very, very strong plant. It's very great that you are growing it here.
Well, and that makes it even more important that we're growing it here, because if we're going to utilize a lot of these plants, there's so many people utilizing them now. It's not really good that we go to wild places around the world and harvest large amounts for international commerce. Unless there's a plan in place to protect the plants and to propagate the plants, then I think it's important that whenever we can, we grow plants here to utilize, as opposed to places that we're not sure of the origins.
Terrific. Great, thank you. We're making a circular tour around. I see in bloom here you've got the purple coneflower.
This is the first echinacea I've seen in full flower this year. So we have many, many, many echinacea planted on this farm, and this is a plant I just love dearly, and so I grow as much of it as I can.
Which species is it?
This one is the purpurea, and I have tried a number of times to grow the angustifolia, which is used traditionally more in medicine, or at least a lot of the research is based on that plant. But it's much, much more difficult to grow here. It does not like our winters. It grows much smaller and slower, and this one, the medicine works very well. So most of commercial trade now is with the purpurea, although every year I plant a few seeds of the angustifolia and just see how it will grow that year. It's very weather dependent.
Okay. Yeah, it's a beauty. They seem very happy here.
Oh yes.
Yeah, and
it's one thing that really loves our a bit of acid soil, which is we have here, is the echinacea.
Okay, wonderful. We've got a purple and pinky theme going on. We're gradually making our way around the blue vervain.
Okay.
Now, you said that it's kind of got a life of its own here in this garden. It's doing very well.
This plant I tried 4 years in a row to grow by seed, and it was so difficult. So many years I had problem after problem after problem. And then the last couple years I figured it out, and we've been planting them all over the farm. And this one really likes the soil here, and because it's profusive with its seed production, then it started to self-seed around the farm. And I'm finding in areas where, that are the driest places on my land, it's a plant that likes wet areas a little bit more. And there was a time this spring where we were working in the circle garden to put in new beds of some new plants, and we looked over at this adjoining bed, and I thought, wow, there's about 50,000 blue vervain growing. So all of these small plants here that you see on both sides are all blue vervains. So we started weeding this bed, and I thought that would be crazy for me to take these plants out. So I'll contain them a little bit. They'll weed themselves out as they start to grow a little larger, and I just accept that they're taking up this section of the circle garden for here on evermore.
Hey, so I'm guessing next spring, if you need some blue vervain plants for your garden, you know where to come. So, yeah, this is a great tour of your circular garden. The plants are wonderful. That was fun. Thank you.
Thank you very much.